If you've ever watched any YouTube videos about knee pain, you've probably heard of a guy named Ben Patrick, aka the knees over toes guy. And most of the principles of his ATG training approach just seem to make sense. Improving ankle mobility, improving eccentric control or stretch strength, but he also uses some funny looking pieces of equipment such as Tibialis anterior bars, or Tib bars for short, and squat wedges. But do they actually work? In this video, I'll show you how to use squat wedges and Tibialis anterior bars properly in order to help meet your goals. Now, all of the equipment that I'll be using in this video was provided by a company called EXURA, and I'll put links to all of these products down in the description below. Let's start out with the slant boards because I think these are most well known and the most intuitive. These slant boards or squat wedges are adjustable, so you can take them completely flat for storage or transport, take it up to 20 degrees, all the way up to 40 degrees. Now note this 40-degree level is pretty high and you're very likely to slide off. So for most people, I wouldn't recommend taking it all the way up there. Setting it either on the first setting or the second setting is probably best for most people. Next, they spread apart, and so you can vary the width. So you can spread them farther apart if you need to, or you can put them narrower together. The farther apart you spread them, the more that's going to allow your glutes and adductors to come into the motion. When you put them really close together, it really kind of forces your quads to do all of the work. Now, one advantage of squatting on squat wedges like this is if you don't have the mobility in your ankles to squat with your heels on the floor, if your heels tend to rise up like this, that will transfer more stress to your knees. But if you can keep your heels pushed through the floor, you can also activate your glutes a little bit more, and this makes it much more comfortable on your knees, even though your knees are technically still going over top of your toes. So there's nothing wrong with your knees going in front of your toes, which is an old common myth. The problem is when your heels start to come up and you can't get your glutes to kick on. Now, another good use for squat wedges or slant boards is stretching your calves so that you can improve your mobility and be able to squat with your heels flat on the floor. And you just face the other way on the squat wedges to do that, and then just stand like this. Try to stand as upright as you can without your heels leaving the floor. Now, you could set it up significantly higher, but 20 degrees is already basically the normal ankle range of motion. So if I set this up higher, you can see one, the chances of falling off are much greater. I also have to lean way far forwards just to prevent falling off. So I would suggest, like I said, for most people, just setting it down on that lowest 20-degree angle is usually a pretty good start, and then try to stand as upright as you can. Now, another good use for these is for the ATG split squat, which is basically just a very deep lunge. To do this, you'll stagger like this, put one in front, and then put your foot on here and then go forwards this way. Now, a deep lunge like this can be pretty painful on your knee without a squat wedge, but with a squat wedge, I don't find this uncomfortable at all. And then you come back up to standing and then go back down. And you can do just body weight, or you can add dumbbells for additional weight as you're able to. Now, the ultimate goal would be eventually to get down to where your foot is flat on the floor or on a flat board like this, and you're going knee over toe into that same deep lunge, but keeping the heel on the floor and not needing the wedge. Next, we'll move on to the Tibialis anterior bars, because these ones are a little bit less intuitive. The way that you'll use these, there's two different types. There's one that you can train both feet at once, and you saw me using that a little bit earlier in the video, or there's single leg varieties. Do you need them both? Probably not. One or the other is fine. There are a few advantages to one over the other. Now this one has double rollers here. You can adjust the height depending on your foot size, and then you can load it up with weight plates. This one can use either Olympic weight plates, or if you take the Olympic adapter off, you can use it with just standard weight plates as well. You put your feet in like this, so your heels go on the lower rollers, your feet go on the upper rollers. You're going to try to scoot as far back on the bench as possible, and then go out like this. Now it is kind of hard to get all the way back on the bench if you've got some weight on there, so it does require you to use your quadricep muscles to hold basically a static knee extension while going back and forth. And you want to control the eccentric, so go down slow and then come up, and then control the eccentric, go down slow, come back up, and just go back and forth basically until you fatigue. Now, how many repetitions should you do? These are just like any other muscle group. These do tend to be more endurance muscles. So I would say the 10 to 15 to possibly up to 20 repetitions is probably a good range to stick in. If you're getting down into 6 reps or less, or 20 reps or more, it may be time to lower or raise the weight respectively. Now with this other variation, the single leg, one nice advantage of this is that you can scoot back a little bit more. So this one has a roller where you place your foot and then you rest your heels here. And you can adjust the width just by turning this knob to make this narrower for a smaller foot or wider for a larger foot. And then you put it on the ground like that. So the roller is up top. The plate is basically on the bottom of your foot. Heel on the bar here, and then with this, because you have a leg free, you can slide back and isolate your legs. So now you're not having to hold that isometric knee extension. Now, one advantage of the single plate is that it does force you to control in all 3 planes. When you have 2 feet, you kind of control the side-to-side balance. When you only have 1 foot, you have to control not just up and down, but also side-to-side motions. So it does give you a little bit better 3-dimensional stability. Also, if you're going to be packing this up and taking it with you somewhere, it's a lot more portable if you only have this single variation. But again, both are good. You probably don't need both. One or the other is just fine. Now, the purpose of these, the Tibialis Anterior is most well known for controlling your foot strike, so it keeps you from dragging your toes as you're swinging your leg through, and then it keeps your foot from flopping down as you strike. But a lesser known function of the Tibialis Anterior is it helps to stabilize your tibia when you squat. When your foot is planted on the floor, instead of bringing your toes toward your shin, it helps bring your shin towards your toes. Now, naturally, gravity would do this anyway, but gravity is not going to control the side to side as well. You're most likely going to come inwards like this while your shins are going forwards. When you think about actively pulling your shins forward using your Tibialis Anterior, that helps keep hip, knee, and toe alignment a little bit better than if you just rely on gravity to passively bend forward. It also seems to put more pressure on your knees when you don't think about that than when you actively think about pulling the shins forward while squatting and then coming back up. So if you would like to check out any of these products from EXURA, I'll put links to all of these down in the description below. And if you'd like more tips to relieve knee pain, check out this playlist over here. But before you go, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you get notified of my future tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.